one woman who will potentially not be standing as a Labour Prime Minister, as a Labour parliamentarian under Angela Rayner's deputy leadership is Diane Abbott. Now, Diane Abbott, who is retiring as a member of Parliament. Now, Diane once tweeted saying, white people love playing divide and rule. We should not play their game. Hashtag tactic as old as colonialism. She was BLM before BLM. You know, she had the grift fully placed out and set out before her from 1987 when she was elected as a Labour Party MP, the first black Labour Party the first black parliamentarian to sit in the House of Commons. And I'm not sure she's not done any favours for anyone really, because I think she has been a horrible race baiter in many respects, and she's been entirely divisive, and quite frankly, I'm glad to see the back of her. But there was this really funny tweet that's by this Lord Flashheart, who said, to everyone gleefully mocking the downfall of Diane Abbott, why don't you just take a second and imagine if the shoe was on the other foot? And that, of course, is harking back to when Diane Abbott did wear two shoes on odd feet, right? She was wearing... I think actually they're different shoes, and they are. She's wearing the right shoe on the left foot. It's just bizarre. Anyway, she's not wearing the right shoes, and I don't know how she was walking about. She looks a bit out of it. She's not looking at the camera. She was caught having a mojito on a train once, so perhaps she was pissed. I don't know, but look, I'm personally very happy to see the end of Diane Abbott, but she's probably going to be replaced by someone even more awful and divisive than it's ironic actually, because she'll call everyone else racist and divisive and all these other things, but actually I think she is the most divisive politician to have sat for such a long time in the House of Commons.
I want to say this in the strongest possible terms. Diane Abbott is a racist. She doesn't like white people. She's made that abundantly clear. Just you put that graphic up there. There we go. That's what the divide and rule. White people love that. That's racism. You're tarring a group of people based on their skin color with a divide and rule, colonialist, imperialist, slave owner mentality. That's what she's trying to draw. That's what she's trying to insinuate. She then made that comment comparing Jewish people and Irish travelers with people with ginger hair, saying they will never experience racism all their lives. Her words, not mine. She's a racist. She doesn't like white people, and I'm so glad, and I hope to never see her face in politics again.
And I also think she's got an inferiority complex, because people that keep speaking about racism, they have an inferiority complex. They're not actually happy with themselves. Look, I'm Iranian, I'm Persian, I'm deeply proud of my Persian roots. I wouldn't be any other race. And that's why I don't speak about racism, because I'm actually happy with myself. Anytime you find someone that's always screaming racist, they're the ones that are actually not deeply happy with themselves. And I think Diane Abbott is one of them. She's the one that's the racist. She's the one that plays divide and rule. She's the one that always plays identity politics. Anytime anyone throughout her political career criticized her for anything, she always pulled the race card.
Yes.
And again, Sadiq Khan does the same thing. When Sadiq Khan is criticized for something, oh, you're Islamophobic. And same thing with Diane Abbott. I'm just tired of this, you know? And these people are the racists. People that always try to play identity politics are the racists. And they suffer from an inferiority complex. They are truly not happy with themselves, because people that are truly happy with themselves, they never race bait.
So I should say that she wanted to retire. These are the reports. She wanted to retire, but Sir Keir Starmer had told the press that she was still under investigation for her comments where she compared what happened to the Jews with being tantamount to having ginger hair and all these other things. It was a bizarre letter that she wrote to The Guardian. I honestly think Diane may well be losing it. And if she is, I obviously wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I don't think you're fit to be a parliamentarian. And she basically wanted to retire. This is what the press are saying. She wanted to retire, but she wanted to do it as a Labour Party MP. And Sir Keir Starmer was reticent to actually say that she had been given the Labour whip back. And now she's sort of umming and ahhing about it, but I think she will ultimately retire because I don't think Labour would let her stand again. But it would be very mischievous of Diane if she said, of course I'll retire, and then never actually ultimately did. And she ends up being the candidate for Hackney because actually, you know, they've left it too late. But we shall see. We'll keep an eye on that one. But I tell you what, folks, I am not optimistic about the future. I'm not optimistic about where we're going as a nation. But I do think that this will all serve just to wind up Labour. This will, I don't mean wind up the party, but wind up our discussion on them. This will all serve as a potent wake-up call, I hope, to the British public that the trajectory we're heading on is inviting, we are being far too tolerant of those who do not wish to tolerate us, who don't wish to tolerate our country, our values, our people. And I think that actually this next election, you'll see all of this come out in full force. Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.